my actual eyesight. Is there the high drive? Deep center! Go! 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 We're out of here! We're out of here! Say ya, playa!
Just like they drew it up in Hollywood, Caladros, the 3-2, swing and a miss! And the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway Dragons! And this is it for good! The Audubon Green Wave are back in the Final Four! A dog pile on their side!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DW Broadcasting's coverage of men's varsity.
From our entire crew, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, folks.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pennsville Little League in our little corner of South Jersey right before the Delaware Memorial Bridge. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon as we've got a doubleheader today in JUCO softball between the Northampton Spartans and the Salem Mighty Oaks. I'm Dan Wilkins with my producer Donna to my left. We've got an excellent slate ahead. 24-12, the record for Northampton last year, but under a different man at the top of the helm. It is now Eric Kuderoff, who's going to be making his head coaching debut as a member of the Spartans in a regular season game. As we said, Northampton went 24-12 last year. They've got some hot bats in the middle of the order, but Salem has been looking to knock some of these teams off of their pedestal as an unexpected run for a second-year program. They are 10-4 to start their 2024 season. The Mighty Oaks, with Angel Rodriguez at the helm in his second year as head coach, are looking to stay hot, and we'll see how they do in one of their first home games of the year. The lineup for your Northampton Spartans this afternoon, as led by Eric Kuderoff, is going to be the first three. Hannah Kark is going to be in left field batting second. Shanna Gugliandolo is going to be the third baseman batting second. In the shortstop position is going to be Cassandra Schillo batting third. Zoe Holbert is the second baseman batting fourth. At the 5 spot behind the plate is going to be Chelsea Melkowitz. As the DH batting sixth is going to be Morgan Boyd. In the 7th spot in right field is going to be Sydney Harper, to be followed by Cameron Tokar at first base, Molly Devers in center field, and the pitcher and the flex player for this afternoon's game is going to be Teresa Luongo for game 1. For the Salem Community College Mighty Oaks is led by an Angel Rodriguez. It's going to be Karen Trice in center field batting first, Faith Penn in right batting second, Ella Hayes of Topeka, Kansas at shortstop batting third, Courtney Hoggard at third base batting fourth, Haley Pickrell at second batting fifth, Vay Savage at first batting sixth, Callie Rozak behind the plate batting seventh, Juanik Bjokeman as the DH batting eighth, and Cassandra Garcia in left field batting ninth. Caitlin LaGreca, who we saw pitch for Salem in one of their fall showcases this year as they played SUNY Purchase College, will be on the hill for game 1. We're going to take a quick break. Umpires and head coaches are meeting at home plate. We'll take a couple minutes, and very shortly, these two teams will be taking the field for the first time this afternoon. We'll see you guys in a minute. right, well, Salem Community College has taken the field, and it is time for, I was almost going to say baseball. It's time for Salem softball here at Pennsville Little League. Caitlin LaGreca on the hill in game one, as we're going to get set here for the first three for Northampton this afternoon at a 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon start time. Again, your first three starters for Northampton, led by Eric Kuderoff, will be Hannah Kark, Shanna Gugliandolo, and Cassandra Schillo. Your first three. LaGreca leading this Salem team off to a 10-4 start. Really a miracle what they've been able to do here in Pennsville. You know, they started off with an 0-3 start down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. They got swept by Fayetteville Tech. They lost to Hartford, but then they won versus Henry Ford, and they won they split their last two down in Myrtle Beach to Prairie State and West Virginia Potomac. So they started out the year with a not so favorable 2-4, but then a two-game sweep of Cecil, RCSJ Cumberland, Lehigh Carbon, and Orange County have brought them to 8 straight wins going into today's doubleheader, and we'll see how far they can continue that momentum versus Northampton. As we said, Northampton 24-12 last year, had a very nice season out in Bethlehem, and this year they're going to try to have the same momentum. Now, Northampton is playing their first game of the year here in 2024 after a cancellation versus Ocean County College last week. First pitch of the game is underway to Hannah Kark, and it's 0-1. Ground ball back out to second base, picked up through to first is in time, and we've got our first out, one away. So here's Gugliandolo, the second hole hitter for Northampton and the Spartans, for Eric Kuderoff's head coaching debut as a member of that Bethlehem squad. There's the strike. 1-1. LaGreca delivers. Breaking ball just missed. So 4-3 ground out started out the game, and now Gugliandolo lines one out to left, and it's foul. And that kind of shows, you know, just the difference, especially in distances for baseball and softball, you know, how drastic and how fast a ball can rocket on out of here. Especially with us being up against the fence and left center, you know. Got to stay on your toes. That one misses, 3-2. To Gugliandolo. That's a ball, and it's going to be ball 4. So here's the number 3 hitter for Northampton. That being Cassandra Schillo. There's a strike, 0-1. Last year, Northampton had a 10-2 home record, a 9-7 record on the road. There's another one, 0-2. Cassandra Schillo actually led the team in batting average with a .455 mark as a freshman. Jillian Reed led in hits with 51, 1-2. Chelsea Melkowitz had 4 home runs, tied with Sierra Klingel, as Klingel also led the team by far in RBIs with 43 in the 2023 season. That one's hit well. Speaking of homers and RBIs, that one is going to fall just short in left field. Runner falls back to first, and there's 2 away. It was well struck, just had a little too much mustard on it, and that'll be the second out. So a fly out to left now brings up Zoe Holbert, the cleanup gal for Northampton. First pitch. Misses, 1-0. Holbert takes 2-0. Takes in, there's a strike. 2-1. As we said, Salem has been hot. They lost 8-0 to West Virginia Potomac in their last game down at Myrtle Beach on Sunday, March 10th. They then swept easily Cecil College in Maryland. As there's another strike, count works back to 2-2. They swept RCSJ Cumberland 7-1 and 5-0. Had nice wins over Lehigh Carbon and SUNY Orange, but they played 4 games in 2 days. And a swing and a miss. LaGreca gets the strikeout and the side is retired. Northampton leaves 1 on. We're tied after a half frame. Northampton takes the field for the first time in 2024, and the first opening day pitcher for the Spartans this year is going to be Teresa. I'm sorry, I completely blanked there. Teresa Luongo.
All new names, so be easy on us, folks.
Well, we haven't covered Northampton in any capacity before. Obviously, DWB is a little bit newer to the collegiate softball and baseball scene. As the lead-off gal, that being Karen Trice, steps in and takes one. 1-0. Luongo delivers. Up high, 2-0. Trice with a little running start, and there's a strike. 2-1. Trice, Penn, and Ella Hayes will be the first three batters for Salem. Last time we covered Salem Community College softball was back in October. We covered 3 games in the fall for Salem. One was at the Jackson Complex, as there's a 5-pitch walk to Trice. So here's Faith Penn, the right fielder. We had one game versus SUNY Purchase, and then 2 games on, I believe it was October the 1st, actually. And it was our first ever out-of-state broadcast. Not our first broadcast involving an out-of-state team, but it was our first game where we were setting up with actually not in New Jersey. It was in Wilmington, Delaware, which I guess might as well just be Jersey adjacent, but right over the bridge in Newcastle. Takes in. Going to be 2-0 to Faith Penn. Luongo is set. Pumps back and delivers. Here's a bunt. That is foul. 2-1. Those 2 games on October 1st were against Chesapeake College and Wilmington University. Salem split those games pretty decisively. They won one of them 9-0 and they lost one of them 11-0. It was kind of a case study in how different college softball can be depending on your level of competition. That's going to be a 5-3 ground out as Penn is retired. There's Ella Hayes. She hit an inside the park home run in our first Salem Community College broadcast on September the 30th. So Trice advances to second after the ground out, so that is the only runner aboard for Hayes. Hayes takes a strike. 0-1. Hayes, the 5'7" freshman out of Kansas City, Missouri, Liberty North High School. Batting .474 in her first year as a Mighty Oak. That one is foul. 0-2. 2 homers, 17 RBIs, and 4 stolen bases. A .909 fielding percentage as well. Just 1 error in the field across 6 games. There's a ground ball. That one's going to go in the center field, a base hit. This could be RBI number 18. Throw to the plate is not going to be in time. And Ella Hayes, the Kansas City freshman, with a New Jersey base hit. That's 1-0 Salem. So Ella Hayes' RBI single puts the Mighty Oaks on the board. Here's the third baseman, Courtney Hoggard. Strike 1. She'll be followed in the order by Haley Pickrell. Hoggard out of Bertie High School in Windsor, North Carolina. But as we said, you know, we talked about this over the break, and there's another strike 0-2. The thing about Angel Rodriguez is that there are probably going to be more players from outside of Jersey than inside of Jersey on this team, which is very rare for community colleges. But the way that he has developed this team in just its second year of play is almost phenomenal. I mean, just the names that have been added to this roster are incredible from how far-reaching Angel has gone to make sure that he gets the best players available and gets, you know, kind of the diamonds in the rough, if you will, to put up a good team. So Hoggard, with a ground out in the infield, that moves Ella Hayes to second, and here is Haley Pickrell. Strike 1. So 2 away, 1-0 Salem. Haley Pickrell, 5'7" sophomore out of Morgan, Utah. I mean, it's basically like playing a national team, just with how far-reaching it's been. Morgan Metcham out of Blackfoot, Idaho. Emily Ham out of Wilmington, Delaware. Karen Trice, the right fielder out of Fishers, Indiana. Callie Rozak out of Ladysmith, Wisconsin. Jill Robinson out of Delta, Colorado. And she was actually, Jill Robinson, the 5'8" freshman, is actually a homeschooled freshman. So they must have kind of recruited her through like travel events, and that's honestly where you find most of these players. You know, Angel probably isn't going to Kansas City, Missouri, or to Idaho, or to Utah. These travel softball teams travel so far to even here, like in Jersey, or at the Ripken Complex in Maryland, or even in South Carolina at Myrtle Beach, or in Outer Banks, whatever you want to call it, you know. Like, the players will come to you, basically. And that's how he finds all these players and brings them to Pennsville. There's strike 3. And Luongo gets out of the inning, but allows 1 run on an RBI single by Ella Hayes. 5 gals come to the plate in the first. We'll be right back in game 1. 1-0 Salem. One frame down out of the 14 we're going to play today is Caitlin LaGreca, one of the few players actually from New Jersey on this team, out of Washington Township High School. She delivers the first pitch upstairs. Start the inning. 4 gals came up to the plate for Northampton. And now the 5th in the order will be Chelsea Melkowitz. Ball 2. The catcher for the Spartans this afternoon. She'll be followed by the DP, Morgan Boyd. Change up. Drilled it in there. 2-1. Misses low, 3-1. I mean, this is kind of a star-studded matchup for junior college softball. You know, there's a lot of people that underestimate the power of how good Salem can be just because of how good Angel has been at finding these diamonds in the rough. Check swing. She went around, 3-2. Chelsea Melkowitz from Jersey out of Lacey Township and Lenoka Harbor. Here's a fly ball deep out towards left center field, but it'll stay in the park for Trice. She'll make the catch. One away. Got a high launch angle on that one. That's the first casualty of the frame. Here's Morgan Boyd. Eric Kuderoff assisted by Bobby Thomas, Paul Frank, and Richard Seckler. Up high. Morgan Boyd out of East Stroudsburg, PA. A freshman this year playing in her first career collegiate softball game. As we said, this is Northampton's season debut. They're starting late, but they had a lot of cancellations early in the year, especially they had a doubleheader set versus Ocean County College that was supposed to be played on Friday. They canceled it. The ground ball, that's going to just die on the hill. Throw across, barely got in there, and that's going to be an infield single for Morgan Boyd in her first collegiate at bat. And that puts the runner on with one down. For Sydney Harper. Umpires are talking this over. It was a tough play, but it looked like it was safe, and the call will stand. I think judgment calls like that are always very difficult to judge. So after the debate, here's Sydney Harper. Harper, the freshman out of Nazareth, swings and misses, 1-1. One of the few sophomores. There's not a lot of sophomores on this Northampton team. They're pretty young, but again, the turnover is so common just because it's a junior college. You're only there for 2 years, even if you make it for 2 years. You know, it's hard to, I've said this before, it's hard to kind of keep track of everybody moving around because you're only there for 2 seasons. It's not like you have 4 years as you would for a traditional university to build up the camaraderie with your teammates when half of the team kind of gets wiped away each season. Strike 3. On the outside corner, Harper is retired. Second strikeout for La Greca. And there's 2 down. This brings up Cameron Tokar. The first baseman here for Northampton. There's a strike. Tokar, another freshman out of Emmaus, PA. But Northampton starting pitcher Teresa Luongo is a sophomore out of Phillipsburg. Passed through there a couple days ago. We were going snow tubing in the Poconos and had to pass through Phillipsburg before crossing over into Pennsylvania along the Delaware. Phillipsburg High School, one of the most prolific wrestling teams in all of New Jersey. You could probably throw in Southern Regional and Paulsboro in that discussion as well. That's going to be a base hit in the center field. Falls right in front of Trice. And that ball's coming fast at you. It's, that's a zoomer right there, and she just had to trap it and make sure that it didn't get past her, because your reaction time is way quicker. It has to be way quicker on a softball diamond than you have on a traditional 60-90 baseball field, where, fly balls usually take a couple seconds to drop. If you hit a line drive right back at them, an outfielder in softball basically has to have the reaction time that a high school infielder would. That's why I give a lot of credit to these girls, that play at the collegiate level, that, you've proven your way to get here. You're on this field for a reason. A bunt, but a strike call. So the second hit of the frame, as the 9-hole hitter Molly Devers looks to keep the rally alive for the Spartans here in the top half of the second. That one misses. If the inning were to continue, Hannah Kark, the left fielder at the top half of the order, would be next. Fouled straight back. 2 strikes on her. For Salem, it will be Vay Savage, Callie Rozak, and Juanik Buchanan. The next 3. Two strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, and a 1-0 game for Salem. Sends a changeup flying out the center field. Trice is there. She makes a catch, side retired. Northampton leaves 2 runners aboard after a frame and a half. It's 1-0 Mighty Oaks. Bottom of the second inning, Luongo out there for Northampton. It'll be 1-2-3 for Northampton in the top half of the third, but for now, we still got to get through Salem after the Ella Hayes RBI single in the bottom half of the first. It'll be 6, 7, and 9. Vay Savage, the first baseman, sends a fly ball deep out towards left center field, playable, and it is caught out there by Devers, 1 away. Here's the catcher, Callie Rozak. First pitch to Rozak is low. Rozak, the 5'9" freshman out of Ladysmith, Wisconsin. Takes a ball, 2-0. No homers, but 4 RBIs, 4 runs scored, and a .417 average in her 10 games played this year. An on-base percentage of .462 and a slugging percentage of .458 in her rookie campaign. That one misses, 3-0. On deck is going to be Jonik Buchanan. That is a ball. And here's Buchanan. So Buchanan, 5'5" freshman, not from the United States, but instead from Pretoria, South Africa.
Wow.
Came a long way from Usmoot High School. I hope I'm not butchering that name, I apologize, but Pretoria, one of the 3 major cities in South Africa, along with, Johannesburg and Cape Town, and comes from the city center. And I'm going to have to talk to Angel about how he found a player from South Africa.
I want to hear that story.
I mean, you hear about baseball and softball being incredibly common in, like, the Caribbean countries, like the Dominican Republic, Cuba, Puerto Rico, and even Venezuela and Colombia, but really nothing in Africa. That one misses. But Buchanan will bat with a runner on first and 1 away.
In this day and age, you've got, video and live feeds, so you don't necessarily...
And Buchanan's going to get out to right center field. That's going to be a base hit for the South African. Going out to third and getting in there is Callie Rozak, and a 1-out single for Jonik Buchanan. Puts runners on the corners for Salem. Sorry to interrupt you there.
That's all right. Just a little game going on. I was just saying that, with live stream, live video calls, you could recruit anywhere. You can watch somebody, try out anywhere. Don't necessarily have to be in person.
Right.
But that would be an interesting, and I'm counting on the story for another day.
Yeah, we'll have to follow up on that, on the story of Jonik Buchanan. There's a strike. Hey, look at this. A little bit of a fake, and Buchanan moves down to second. So she gets down to second, and now that puts 2 runners in scoring position here. For the number 9 hole hitter, Cassandra Garcia. That one pokes into left field for a base hit. Picked up by Kark. And a run will score, that being Rozak. It's 2-0 Mighty Oaks. Back-to-back knocks. Moves Buchanan to third and Rozak to home. The first batter was retired on a fly ball to center. And then a walk and 2 singles have thrown this offense into overdrive with the 5th batter of the inning. That one misses, 1-0. Karen Trice, the center fielder out of Fishers, Indiana. Lefty batter, righty thrower. 5'2", 512 average. No homers, but 8 RBIs, 20 runs scored. That one is a knock right off the mound. It hit her right, I think it hit her in the leg. The run scored, but they're going to check on her. They're going to check on Luongo, as that was a shot right back up the middle, had no time to react.
We are not live streaming it, right?
No.
Okay. Is the camera on?
So Kuderov checking on his pitcher Luongo.
Can I try it?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna. Righty thrower, 5'2", 512 average, no homers but 8 RBIs, 20 runs scored. That one is a knock right off the mound. It hit her right. I think it hit her in the. Now we're back in action here. Luongo stays in the game. Pop up. That one's going to go right back to her. And how about that for a swan song? And how about that for a rebound? 2 away. That was the use of our DWB replay system presented by Tommy D's Home Improvement. Make your dream kitchen come true today, just like our dreams come true in broadcasting. With wholesale kitchen cabinets and countertops at heavily discounted rates. Visit today at 612 Creek Road in Belmar. Trice on first. With Garcia on second. And a ground ball out to short. This could do it for the frame. Oh, wow. They're saying the ball didn't hit the runner, because if it did, she would have been out automatically. But now Kuderov is coming out to contest this. But the argument being made is that, Northampton shortstop didn't throw the ball because the ball would have hit her. So Shillo didn't make a throw because she thought the runner would have been out, or the batter would have been out automatically. Let's take a look at that. Righty thrower, 5'2". If it stands, 512 average, no homers but 8 RBIs, 20 runs scored. That one is a knock right off the mound. It hit her right. Garcia. I think it hit her in the side. Will be retired. All right, we'll go to Garcia on second. And a ground ball out to short. This could do it for the frame. Oh. Top half of the third, 2 innings through. Salem put up 2 more runs on the board. That one misses. To the leadoff gal, Kark. It'll be Kark, Gugliandolo, and Shillo. That one misses high. 2-0. LaGreca sends a fly ball deep out to left center field. It's gone off the scoreboard. Kark with a home run at the top of the hour, at the top of the card. A solo shot to left field that just missed the facade of the scoreboard by the leadoff hitter, Hannah Kark, makes it 3-1. Hannah Kark with a shot to left center. And it's 3-1. Now we go back to Shanna Gugliandolo. There's a fly ball out to deep center field. And how about a back-to-back? Back-to-back pitches, back-to-back home runs. Northampton plays double trouble, and they've cut the lead to 1. How about that? Can't remember the last time I've seen back-to-back homers in any event, baseball or softball. It's pretty rare at this level. There's a strike. But you see a lot more home runs in softball, honestly, you know, just because of the dimensions, and especially on a day like this, even with the wind blowing in, it gives the hitters an advantage. Just missed up and in. That one missed. We'll try it again to Shillo. That's ball 4. So she'll take a free pass, and LaGreca's in a little bit of trouble here. Back-to-back homers and a walk. Might be a little rattled. Mound visit here with Rodriguez. They'll just try to talk it over a little bit. Northampton red hot here in the third. For Zoe Holbert now, the 4th batter of the frame. That's a ground ball foul, 0-1. This broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School, the place to be, and to make sure that you drive into success by taking your road test or written test, or your child's road test or written test at Harper Driving School. Visit today at Suite 4 of the Total Turf Experience in Pittman, right off of Lambs Road. That one's up high. And if you are a small business owner that is interested in being a sponsor of Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, we are selling commercials for as low as $250 for 6 months. All the commercials that we have here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting are edited, produced, recorded, and filmed by our wonderful crew, as that's going to be an infield single. 5 batters have reached base in this third inning. I apologize. Runners on first and second as Shiloh moves up. Holbert gets the single. The third hit of the inning for Northampton as they have gone from ice cold to lava hot.
Yeah.
For Melkowitz now, one of the team leaders in home runs from last year, looking to carry the offensive train. 0-1 on a failed bunt attempt. Don't forget, we'll be covering a couple of games for Salem Community College this year. We'll be on the air on April 14th for their doubleheader versus Cecil College in Maryland, and April 25th when they play Camden County College. As here's a fly ball, left center field, 3-run home run, right over the booth. Melkowitz with the third homer of the inning lands right behind us, and it's 5-3. Northampton takes the lead. It's Bomb City here at Pennsville. It's a 5-run frame for Northampton. That was a rocket. But unfortunately for La Greca, it's spelling disaster here. So we are going to have a pitching change. Angel Rodriguez coming out. We'll be right back after this. And April 25th when they play Camden County College. As here's a fly ball, left center field, 3-run home run, right over the booth. Melkowitz with the third homer of the inning. Well, the offensive barrage has continued for Northampton, a 3-home-run inning. Back-to-back from Kark and Gugliandolo, and a 3-run shot just now from Melkowitz makes it a 5-3 game in favor of Northampton. New pitcher for the Mighty Oaks, the center fielder from Fishers, Indiana, Karen Trice, is in. As we said, a .512 average at the plate. But on the hill, last year in 2023, she had 8 innings pitched in 4 appearances with an ERA of 7.56, but she has been scoreless in her 3 innings this year. So the changes that have been made is that Trice is now the Trice is now the pitcher, and the new center fielder is number 1, Faith Penn. So they made a couple of changes here. Still Garcia in left field. That is foul. Hit off the light post. 2-strike count. The sixth batter of the inning. Here's a pop-up, and for the first time today, it's going to stay in the infield. One away. With a pop out to third. Here's Harper. I think LaGreca was just running so well. Maybe the signs were starting to show in the second when she gave up those 2 singles, but 3 home runs and 5 runs in the inning. Not going to help your mark. All of them were headed our way. The first one hit off of the Mighty Oaks sign in left field just below the Watson Field scoreboard. Second one went to the right of our booth in dead center. And the third one went right over my head. I've never caught a home run in a broadcast of us being out here in the outfield.
Our luck, we'll catch it in the noggin.
Fouled back with the slapper start. Talk about a big swing here for Northampton. There's a strike. Trice delivers. That one misses downstairs. That's ball 4. So a walk to Harper, and now the 8th batter of the inning will be Tokar, the first baseman for Northampton. Strike 1. Here's a bunt out to third. Throw across in time. Side retired. Out number 2. I'm sure Salem with a 5-run inning, though, would like this inning to be over.
Really. Wishful thinking.
The second out now brings up Molly Devers, the 9th batter of the inning. First pitch from Trice, fly ball, popped up. That one hits the press box behind home plate. So 2 outs, a runner on second for Northampton, that being Harper. Line shot, that one's fair, left field line. Bottom of the order delivers. Devers gets a base hit. That's going to be an RBI double. Molly Devers, and they're going to turn this lineup over and around and inside out. It's 6-3. A 6th spot for Northampton. Scoring is Harper, and here is Kark, the same gal who hit the home run to lead off the inning, has a chance for the fireworks to stay alive. Put a little more gunpowder in those bats. There's a strike, 0-1.
Are you doing the scoreboard?
Line drive, foul, 0-2. If the inning were to continue, the the 11th batter of the inning. Gugliandolo will be next. But what an inning this has been for Northampton. I mean, you do not see many like this with this much firepower. I mean, there's a difference between scoring 6 runs on a bunch of walks and a bunch of, a bunch of convoluted base hits, but they did it on a 3-run home run, 2 solo shots, and an RBI single by Devers. So they have been red hot, and they've been bringing the ball long distances and bringing it out of the yard here at Watson Field. Pitch, ground ball, off of Trice's glove. That goes out to second. Throw to first. Is in time. But a 6-run inning for Northampton brings us to the bottom of the third. 6-3 Spartans. Bottom of the third inning after a 10-batter frame for Northampton, 6 spot, including 3 home runs. Starting off for Salem, though, will be the only 2 batters who did not appear in the second, in what has been a big offensive swing and a big turnaround. That one misses. And actually, it's going to be a hit by pitch to Hoggard. And here is Haley Pickrell. So Hoggard, Pickrell, and Vay Savage. Swing and a miss on a pitch inside. There's a strike. That one goes to the backstop, and Hoggard goes to second. up at the letters. And she'll be well ahead here with that runner in scoring position. I mean, what's the best way to respond to a 6-run inning? Get a couple of runs of your own, get back in the game, and I have a feeling this doubleheader is going to be pretty wild offensively. There's a fly ball deep right field. And that is going to get down. It'll stay in the park. Rounding third is Hoggard. Holding at second is Pickrell. It's an RBI double for Pickrell, 6-4. Ask and you shall receive, right? The barrages have been hot on both sides, and here's Vay Savage. There's a strike to Vay Savage, who flew out to center field her first time. That one skips in. Pickrell leads off of second, but holds up. Ball high. And Salem is in business. This could be a bullpen game, which is kind of rare for softball, but usually, you know, these pitchers usually ride it out no matter what the score is, but Salem has dug into their bullpen, and it looks like Northampton, if this rally continues, could be the same. But at least this game hasn't been slow for no reason. It hasn't been slow just because of a bunch of, you know,
mountain visits every 2
and
seconds.
delays.
Yeah.
There's a foul ball off the shed.
Can't say it's been boring.
Yeah. I'd rather, you know, there's been games where the first 3 innings have gone an hour just because of boring play. But this game has gone an hour in the first 3 innings because it's been exciting. With 3 home runs from Northampton in the top half of the third, that one is ball 4. 3 batters have all reached base. Hoggard, Pickrell, and Savage. And here's Rozak. So Callie Rozak had a walk, came around the score in that 3-run second inning for Salem County. That one misses. Pitch to Rozak, misses in. It'll be a 3-ball count. I mean, if she can get aboard and load the bases for Junik Berkman, could definitely make things interesting. There's a strike, knocks one in there. Ground ball. This one stays in the infield, goes to the mound. An underhand toss to first is in time. They did not go for the lead runner, but they went with a traditional 1-3 and get the first out of the frame. Mound visit for Northampton. They're going to talk this one over and see what they want to do with it. I don't see any arms warming up in Northampton bullpen, if you will, but of course that could always change. Never know what you're going to see. I mean, the offense has been good on both sides of the ball this afternoon in Game 1. We've really seen a little bit of everything. We've seen the small ball, we've seen dominant pitching, but then that has quickly devolved into great offense on both sides. But Hoggard already scored this inning, and it's 6-4. Pickrell on third, Vay Savage on second, Pickrell being the tying run. I apologize, Savage is the tying run. But now with one away, they still have an opportunity to get stuff done with Berkman. But a total of 10 runs scored between these two offenses in just under 3 innings. And that number could skyrocket if they play their cards right. Here's the pitch. Fouled straight back to the screen. Don't forget, our next broadcast will be Tuesday, March 26th, with scrimmage baseball between the Lenape Indians and the Audubon Green Wave. That game will be at the Hank Greenberg Field, 4 o'clock start on Tuesday, March 26th. And of course, opening day for NJSIAA baseball will be on Monday, April Fool's Day. And no, that's not a joke. April 1st, we'll be up north with the Rancocas Valley Red Devils and the Bridgewater Raritan Panthers, with 2 sectional finalists from last year squaring off in an opening day matchup. That'll be a fun one for us to cover. Hope to see you there. Fly ball, deep right field. That one's going to stay in the park, but it drops. It's a fair ball. Scoring is Pickrell. Savage rounds third. Berkman is not stopping. The game is tied. She goes to third. The throw beats her, and she's out. Game tied. And she did it at her own expense. So the bases are wiped clean, but so is the scoreboard. We're back to square one at 6-6. 2-run RBI double for Hyanik Berkman. As that was the second out of the inning. But Pickrell and Savage scored. So here is Garcia now. Out of Houston, Texas, Cypress Ridge High School. And a big swing and a miss by Casey Garcia. 1 homer, .313 average, 5 RBIs, and 5 stolen bases. Breaking ball, just missed. Ground ball, hot shot, that just skips over second base into center field. Rally stays alive at the bottom of the order with a base hit, Casey Garcia. And now we turn the ball over for Karen Trice. 3 runs have scored in this inning, as Salem with the equalizer, a 2-run double that hooked down the right field line for Buchanan. As Luongo in trouble again. outside. Tried to slap that one on a tomahawk, and it's a swing and a miss. That one misses high. Trice has reached base both times with a walk and a single to her name. They're going to throw behind the runner, and the ball gets away, but she will hang on to it at first. It's a risky decision there. You don't throw behind the runner in baseball. You certainly don't do it in softball, but they're going to just kind of recoil from that one and hope that the consequences aren't too big by holding Casey Garcia at first. With a count in Trice's favor. Ooh, that's a tough call in the outside corner, but it is called a strike. And there's two of them against the leadoff gal Trice. One-handed swing, that one's foul. That one heads on to the Little League field. Here's the pitch to Trice. Ground ball back with the middle. That one goes over second base, and another base hit. Holy goodness. What an onslaught this has been on both sides. Runners on first and second after the base hit by Trice. Her second of the day moves Garcia to second. And here is Faith Penn. 6-6, bottom of the third. And now all the runners are moving away from the bases. And they're actually just talking to Angel Rodriguez. So it looks like there's going to be a pitching change here as head coach Eric Kuderoff coming out here, making the change. And the new pitcher for Northampton will be Sydney Harper, who moves in from right field to take position. We're going to take a quick break as Northampton breaks in their new pitcher, 6-6 in the bottom of the third. All right, we've got Faith Penn coming up with two runners on after the pitching change. New pitcher for Northampton will be Sydney Harper, as this has been an offensive-heavy game. Harper, the freshman righty out of Nazareth, PA. That one skips away, and her first pitch as a collegiate athlete will be a wild one. That moves Trice to second, Garcia and to third. (1-0) to Penn, the eighth batter of the inning. Wow, that one missed. There's been tough calls all over the place. I mean, I can't blame Blue. I mean, it's never going to get it right 100% of the time, but Just a couple of ones that if they had gone their way, as there is a strike call, definitely would have sent Northampton's cycle a little bit differently. Swing and a miss. Got her on the changeup. And it's going to be a 2-strike count. Just missed high. Count is 3-2. Swing and a miss. And she's going to get there. They had trouble corralling it behind the plate. I didn't know what happened because the ball bounced before it even hit home plate. And she swung at it. I thought it was going to be an easy strikeout, but that's going to be a strikeout wild pitch. And that's going to load the bases. So with first base unoccupied, she just took the bag, and now you got 4 runs at stake with Ella Hayes, who has 4 homers this year, had an RBI single in the first and 2 away. That one misses, 1-0. This could really be something special if they could turn this around. 3 runs already in this inning, with a chance to make it as much as 7 if she leaves the yard. No guarantee, though, versus Harper. Ground ball foul, and it's 1-1. Here's a 1-1. Misses low. 2-1. Both teams' pitching just seem to have fallen apart here in game 1. Change up. Rips through the strike zone, and it's 2-2. Ground ball foul. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd. Salem is already knotted this game up at 6 apiece. They're going to look to capitalize even more off of Harper. Hayes grounds it, but it goes straight into the ground, but she's going to beat it out. It's an infield single, and Salem retakes the lead. 7-6. This might be the longest 3rd inning ever, full of offense. Both teams have batted around in both the top and bottom half of the 3rd. It's crazy. It's even crazier. Phillies just won.
Wow.
2-0. Didn't think we could do it. But they scored less runs in a 9-inning game than what we've seen in this entire inning.
It's because these are girls. Girls rule.
Wonder why you would say that.
Yeah, these girls are very exciting. Very good game.
It's high offense, honestly.
Yeah. Better than being bored.
Yeah.
I like it.
That is a ground ball at the second base. That'll retire the side. So even though Salem left the bases loaded, they turned it around for a 4th spot and retook the lead 7-6 after 3. Top of the fourth here in game one. 7-6 Salem. There's a strike, 0-1. But how about that for electric offense? Both teams batted around the bottom half of the third. There's a fly ball popped up. Trice going over, and it's foul. Just went out of play. Pickrell will lead off the bottom of the fourth for Salem, but it is Lugliandolo and Shiloh, along with Holbert. The three due up for the Spartans. Popped up, back behind the plate and foul. Hot shot foul. Fly ball, right field, foul. Seven, 6 Salem here in the bottom of the third. I'm sorry, top of the fourth. And it's going to be 7-7 right here. No, it's off the wall. So close to being a homer, though, and it's going to be a long single for Northampton. Speaking of the devil there, but I definitely thought that was going to go, but wow. Faith Penn went back there, had a shot at it, but it just hit off the top of the wall and stayed in. Popped foul. For Cassandra Shiloh. Shiloh, the sophomore out of Penridge High School in Sellersville. Takes inside, 1-1. A sophomore at Northampton, but no stats available from the 2023 season. Shiloh grounds one just past third and foul. It's off of the Spartan dugout. Foul back. Line shot into left field. There's a base hit by Shiloh. That puts 2 on for the Spartans. Her second time getting on base tonight, and the first time via a base hit. So here is Holbert now. Line shot, there's another base hit. 3 in a row. And that loads the bases. That's a fly ball out to deep center field. Penn is there. She makes the catch. Runner tags. Coming home. The game is tied 7-7. So Penn tracks it down for the first out, but scoring is Gugliandolo. Schillo moved to third. Holbert held at first, so runners are on the corners. Here is Boyd, the fifth batter of the inning, and a first pitch line drive to center field. It gets botched by Penn. One run comes in to score, and that will give Northampton the lead right back. It's 8-7. Wasting no time on getting the job done. Boyd with a base hit, the fourth single of this inning, scoring Schillo. And here is the pitcher, Harper. And Rodriguez coming out to talk to her pitcher, Karen Trice. Don't know if they'll make a change. I think they're just talking it over right now, but it's definitely been a contentious inning, just considering that, you know, Salem was down by 3. Actually down by 4. They was 6-3, but then they tied the game, took the lead. They did everything that they could, and now they are back where they were, except with a whole lot more offense on the board. It is 8-7. So Trice will stay in the game to face Harper. There's a fly ball at the deep center field. That will drop. And that will load the bases, and it'll be another long single. And for the second time this frame, the bases are loaded as that ball just got past Penn out in left center. A base hit for Harper. Moves everybody up. Holbert to third, Boyd to second, Harper on first. And here's Tokar, the 8th batter in the lineup, and in what feels like it's been 5 minutes is the 7th batter of the inning. I mean, the offensive production in this game has just been wild. It seems like everybody has just maxed out stats. You know, it's just like you're playing MLB The Show on like beginner mode. You know, everybody's hitting home runs, everybody's hitting line drives back up the middle. Pitchers are just, you know, being beaten behind the woodshed. There's a ground ball. Third baseman comes in, gets the force out at home, tried to get the out at first. Wow! Oh my goodness, she was safe by a couple of steps and they called her out. There was no way. And safe is the call. That was the correct call. Even the first base coach was just like, no way. And not a no way and a I can't believe you just called that, and a no way and a no, I'm not letting that stand. I mean, hey, you know, kudos to these umpires. There's 2 of them out on the field, and they got to do their best from wherever they're positioned. There's a fly ball deep but foul onto the opposing field. 0-1, so Tovar was retired on a fielder's choice at home. So Tovar actually reached first, but Holbert was out at the plate. So now, with 2 outs, and a swing and a miss. Big opportunity here in the 4th. Northampton still ahead 8-7 with a chance to blow the game wide open with Molly Devers, who had an RBI single in the top half of the second. No good. Here's the pitch from Trice. Time is called. And they actually just gave the first base coach for Northampton a warning. So he is going to write that down in his book. And
Different kind of excitement.
yeah, getting a little chippy. We saw this a couple weeks ago with Penn State Abington. I mean, obviously, you don't put yourself in a great relationship when, you know, with that call at first from a couple just a batter ago, but sometimes it's something that we can't hear. Sometimes it's the magic words.
I never say those magic words.
Oh yeah, especially not in traffic. Here's the pitch from Trice. Fly ball popped up. This should get Salem out of the inning, and it is caught. Damage is done though. Northampton retakes the lead. It is 8-7 going to the bottom of the fourth. Bottom of the fourth. This broadcast is brought to you by Garden State Pet Center. Make your pet happy and healthy today with the healthiest product choices available and most organic food products. But not limited to food, toys, gauges, accessories, and more that they sell down there. On the 200 block of Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, 7 days a week. Or visit online anytime at exoticpetsnj.com. 8 batters came to the plate for Northampton in the top half of the inning. A grand total of 18 batters in 2 innings. They brought 10 gals up to the plate in the third, an inning that they scored 6 runs. The ground ball stopped by Harper. A nice play, and a throw to first is in time. A nice stop to take care of business. And there's one away. So Pickrell is retired, and here is Vay Savage. She'll be followed up by the catcher, Callie Rozak. And remember, we've still got another game to play once this one is over. Game 2's projected start time was 4 o'clock, but we are definitely not going to meet that, as there's a pop-up that is retired. But a quick 2 outs.
Oh wow, it's almost 4 o'clock now. I didn't realize.
Yeah, just past 3:30.
Game is too entertaining, and I lost track of time.
This is definitely one of the more entertaining softball games I've seen in a long time, and I'm always a sucker for slugfests. You know, especially those games that are just high scoring, off the wall. You know, you're always going to send those outfielders scrambling. It's always a fun time.
Well, it's just like a Phillies game. Yeah, we're happy if we see a 1-0 win.
But it's also fun if you see like 11-10 or
Right.
something like that.
It's much more exciting when we see the runs.
People like offense, casuals, and you're going to be very hard pressed to find a casual baseball fan who wants to sit there and watch a 1-0 or 2-1 game, especially for a whole 9 innings. You know,
Yeah.
this is at least 7, and the pace of play is a lot faster. You know, what do casual fans of any sport like? They like offense. Casual NBA fans don't like when the score is 80-70 or, 95-60 or whatever. They don't like the low-scoring games. They like the high-scoring, 3-point flying, 140 to 135 games in the 48 minutes. NFL fans like high-scoring offense. So does NHL. The only sport where you don't really see that same sentiment is soccer. And that might also be the drawback of soccer's popularity in America, where, Premier League games or EuroLeague games go like, almost always. I mean, how many times do you look at an ESPN ticker, look at the Premier League soccer scores, and you see 0-0 tie, full time, 1-0 or 1-1? You very rarely see a soccer game where a team scores more than 2 goals in a game. So across 90-plus minutes of play, because you include extra time, if that's going to be a walk, Rozak just brings up Buchanan. But, that's probably what is one of the reasons why soccer is not very popular in America in its purest form, in its most popular form. Just because us Americans can't really have the attention spans to watch 90 minutes of unabridged soccer in such a sparse and vast field being played. That one misses low to Buchanan. Meanwhile, in like England and Ireland and Germany, Spain, soccer is kind of ingrained into everyone as a child. So whether or not we think it's a little bit boring, the Europeans kind of, they grew up with it, so they were used to it more, and they were more I guess you could say more warm to the idea. Runner on first for Salem. It's 2 quick outs. The short delay was they needed new game balls. There's a line shot back up the middle. There's a base hit. Buchanan, her second of the day. The tying run is back up and back in scoring position. 3 for 3 for Buchanan. Here's another player that's 2 for 2, Casey Garcia. Strike 1. Just missed. Another one just missed. Been a tight zone. That one misses high. 3-1. Two outs, 2 on, 1-run game for Northampton. There's a swing and a miss. 3-2. Big spot for Salem here to try to tie up the game or even more. in the bottom half of the fourth. Still plenty of softball to play. There's a fly ball down the right field line. Foul. Look out. Just listening to this outfield discussion right now. It's fun.
I was listening to that too, thinking they talk a lot more to each other than the boys do.
They also are a little bit closer to each other.
Yeah, that's true.
Hold on here. They called a swing and a miss, but what in the what is the call here? Home plate umpire is going over to a very heated. In fact, both Northampton coaches are talking to both umpires. I don't even know what happened. I saw Garcia swung and missed. But are they saying that she hit the ball, or?
Maybe it was a foul tip. Because otherwise it'd be 3.
Well, no. Even that's what I have no idea what just happened. I'm trying to figure this all out.
Swing, third strike swing. The cat got ump said it hit the dirt. She
Huh.
threw it to first because the girl stole.
Interesting. We'll have to look back at the replay on that, see if that was the right call. There's a ground ball at the second base. Not going to do the damage, though, and the side is retired. So whether you thought the call was right or wrong, it eventually doesn't do any damage. We're still 8-7 after 4.
Break.
Tommy D's Home Design Center has opened a second location on Creek Road in Belmar, operating in Philadelphia for over 25 years and now expanding into South Jersey. Tommy D's is the place to go for kitchen cabinets, countertops, and cabinet accessories, heavily discounted compared to big box retailers. Stop in, take a seat, and watch as our experienced kitchen designs the kitchen of your dreams right in front of you. Tommy D's is the best in the business for quality kitchen countertops and cabinets that fit all budgets. Call us today at 856-210-9504 or visit the new location in person on the corner of Creek Road and Harding Avenue in Belmar next to the 42 on-ramp.
Top of the 5th inning. This broadcast is brought to you by Tommy D's Home Improvement. Make your dream kitchen come true today with wholesale kitchen cabinets and countertops at heavily discounted rates. Visit today at 612 Creek Road in Belmar, next to the 42 on-ramp. So after a controversial ending to the 4th inning, we now turn it over to the top of the order, that being Kark for Northampton. And what has been an offense-heavy game, 8-7 going into the 5th. Trice's first pitch misses high. It'll be Kark, Gugliandolo, and Shiloh for the Spartans in the top half of the 5th. So yeah, what happened there at the bottom of the 4th was that Garcia swung and missed, but they had called it, they thought that she had hit it. The umpire said no, so they ruled it as a strikeout wild pitch. But this is the unfortunate thing about college softball and even college baseball, is that just sometimes, as hard as you try, sometimes the game gets a little bit tarnished by a controversial decision. Whether it was right or wrong, one side is going to love you for it, and the other side's going to loathe you for it. It's loving or loathing. There's a strike to Gugliandolo. Gugliandolo hit a solo home run in the top of the second as part of that back-to-back tandem with Kark. Has reached base all 3 times. But 1 away. That one missed. Hot shot down the third base line. That is a foul ball. Two-strike count. Trice delivers. Fouled straight back. Just got the tip. Here's the pitch. Got under it. Got a piece of it down the right field line that is going to drop for a foul ball. There's a line drive out the center. It's going to stay in. Penn makes the catch. They hold the runner at first. And that's out number 2. I think after the onslaughts that we had to start the game, things have kind of mellowed down a little bit now. There's a strike. So here is Cassandra Shillow. Ground ball out to third. In time. 1-2-3 frame for Salem. And the side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Things are moving along now, 8-7.
Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned full-service pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not striving to be the biggest store on the East Coast, we're striving to be the best. No other pet store will make you feel at home like we do. At Garden State Pet Center, we view pets as members of the family. We don't believe in fast, high-pressure sales, but instead matching up the right pet with the right owners, as you are making a lifelong commitment. Together with our team members, we would like your visit to our store to be both enjoyable and educational. Simply drop in and take a look around. View the birds, reptiles, small animals, toys, food, cages, and miscellaneous items. Learn of the services we have to offer and decide for yourself if this is the store you'd like to call your home away from home.
Victor Santucci, owner of Garden State Pet Center. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, New Jersey. We're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
Bottom of the 5th. What a game this has been. 8-7 in favor of Northampton. Line shot on the first pitch. There's a base hit. So a single by Penn. Here's Ella Hayes. Hayes now 3 for 4 in this one. There's a strike. That one misses. Now going down to second is Penn. She just beats the throw and she's safe.
Love it, love it.
The coordination is great.
Yeah.
Just missed. With Hayes at the dish and now Penn in scoring position. Hits it into the dirt. And it's foul. Fly ball deep left center field to give Salem the lead. It's going to drop. It's right in front of the wall. Coming around third is going to be Penn. She will score to tie the game. It's 8-8. Ella Hayes with her 4th hit of the game. And we're all knotted up 8 apiece. Her 4th hit of the game, and this brings up Courtney Hoggard. That one misses. Ground ball out to first. That is a fair ball. She'll tag the bag. Hayes rounds third and stays there. 1 away. Hoggard is retired. Here's Pickrell. Misses down and in. There is a strike. Ground ball, that's back up the middle, and Salem takes the lead. An RBI single for Pickrell. And it is 9-8 Mighty Oaks. Unbelievable. Northampton with 8 runs on 12 hits. And Salem has put up 15 hits in 5 innings. And 9 runs on the board. Unfortunately, though, for Salem, though, that also means that you've left a good amount of folks on base. There's a strike to Vay Savage. After the base hit by Pickrell, the 5th batter of the inning. 1 away, 1 runner on, and a 9-8 game as Salem has turned the tide again and taken the lead. There's a ground ball back up the middle. There's another base hit, hit number 16. 2 runners on. Pickrell moves to second. Umpire dusts off home plate, and we'll dust off our shoulders as Vay Savage gets a base hit, her second of the day for Callie Rozak. 0 for 1, but that doesn't tell the whole story. She's got 2 walks to her name. She has scored both times, and we're going to have an infield meeting here just to go over the strategy and just to try to figure out how to stop each other, because both of these teams have been absolutely running hog wild on the offense. I didn't know we were at the office with a little bit of elevator tunes. Look at this. Got the moves going on.
I love it. She has no idea she's on candid camera.
We capture the best and the brightest.
Luckily for her, she's got good moves.
She gets to, well, I mean, I don't have good moves. I've never had good moves. Although I did.
When you were little, you did.
Yeah, when I had more flexibility in me, you know. I definitely had good moves. That one misses. I mean, let's see. Out of the 5 or 6 weddings I've been to, I break danced at 2 of them.
Yeah, well, you were like 6. You didn't care.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, I mean, I still don't care.
No.
But I just can't break dance.
You had no inhibitions then.
Right. Like, I could probably crab walk still.
Might need an ambulance after.
2 on. And the pitch. Line drive, right center field. That one's down. It's off the wall. Pickrell's coming around. Savage is on third. That's an RBI double. Double digits for the Mighty Oaks. 10-8. Hit number 17, and it comes off the bat of Callie Rozak. As both teams have just been getting shelled. Pickrell comes in to score. The RBI double by Rozak brings up Buchanan. You're watching coverage of Salem County Mighty Oaks softball on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. If you have any questions or comments about today's broadcast, drop me a line at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com. Don't forget to send this link to your friends and family so that they can watch the game if they can't make it this afternoon. We'll be on the air for both games whenever Game 2 decides to start, but we'll see what we've got. There's a ground ball, stays in the infield, throw across, is in time, and now the runner's breaking for home. She is out at the plate. Double play. The damage is done, but a tourniquet on the inning comes on a 5-3-2 double play, and the 5th is over. Going to the top of the 6th, it's 10-8 Mighty Oaks. Top of the 6th. Remember, we've still got 2 more innings to play, plus another game 2. So you don't have to worry about light because we've got lights here at Pennsville Little League. I didn't know that they actually had them here, but some fields around the area do, some don't, like Camden County College. There's a tapper up the line, and it'll be whistled dead. Well, not whistled, but called foul. It'll be quite an interesting turnaround if umpires had whistles. I think that would make the game a little more interesting. Slide into second base a little too aggressively, you get a yellow card. It'll be Holbert, Molkowitz, and Boyd for Northampton. In the top half of the 6th. There's a fly ball hit the other way, hooking down the right field line. It is a fair ball. Holding at first, it's going to be Holbert. She's got a leadoff single. So here's Milkowitz now. Trice has been a very good kind of tourniquet to the damage that was caused by La Greca in the first couple of innings. Not to say that she did bad, but as soon as those home runs started flying out of the yard, Angel Rodriguez had a quick trigger, and he took care of business and realized the situation and made sure that it didn't get any worse, as that will be a stolen base on a wild pitch. So Holbert advances to second, but right now I think the concern is for Salem is you got 6 outs to hang on to this thing, but with how the offense has swayed both sides in this game, there's no guarantee, as there's a fly ball out to deep center field. It's caught in right, a tough circus catch by Buchanan. Now the throw to third is a little late, and it was booted at third. So that moves Holbert to third, but the tying run is at the plate for Boyd. Time is called. They needed more balls. And actually, we may. That's not even the issue. I think we're making a switch here.
Yeah, it looks like a substitution.
Yeah, it looks like they might do a double switch. Buchanan is coming in. Trice is now moving from the mound into center field. But it seems like Angel didn't even have to tell the girls where to move. Everybody just kind of knew where to go. You know, they kind of had it in succession. So we do have a pitching change here in the top half of the 6th. The new pitcher for Salem Community College is going to be number 5, Morgan Metcham of Blackfoot, Idaho. The 5'10" sophomore. She'll get on the hill for the last 5 outs. We'll be right back after this. 10-8. Northampton trails Salem by 2. Top of the 6th inning. Tying run at the dish for Northampton. They've been specialists of the long ball tonight. 3 of them all of them in the third. I mean, this game was pretty smooth sailing, and then, Salem got a couple of runs, and then we turned it around, and umpire's rushing over to the first base line here to talk to Angel Rodriguez again just to confirm the changes. So as we said, Trice moves it back out to center field after her work. But now Metcham on the hill in the sixth with one out in the inning. She'll most likely be tasked with closing out the final 5 frames. She had 89 innings as a freshman in 2023, a 5.98 strikeouts per 7, and a 4.56 ERA. She's pitched 38 innings this year in 7 appearances, 4-1 win-loss record, 2 complete games, and a 1.3 ERA. So she has been lights out so far in her sophomore year. That one misses. First batter that she will face will be the DH Boyd, to be followed by the pitcher Harper and the first baseman Tokar. There's a good one. And it's a strike. Inside. Swing and a miss. Boyd strikes out, 2 down. And here's Harper. Ground ball out to short. Hayes on her knee. They're going to throw behind the runner, and they get nobody. So kind of an ill-fated play from the start, but an infield single for Harper. Now brings the runners to the corners for Tokar, the number 8 hitter in the order here for for Northampton. Here at Watson Field at the Pennsville Little League Complex. An excellent game 1 to this doubleheader. Not much can top it. Now the runner goes down to second. The throw is bobbled. It hit her in the leg. And now the run will come home to score. So a 2-parter play, a stolen base, and a run. It's 10-9. Holbert came in to score. Harper stole second, and now here is Tokar with the tying run in scoring position. 1-0 is the count. Runner on second. A bunt. Boyd on second with Harper at the dish. Outside. I'm sorry, there's 1 out.
Yeah, I thought there was 2.
I must have gotten that one wrong. I'm sorry.
Either that or all the outfielders are wrong.
Swing and a miss. 2 down. That one is correct, and there's 2 away. So Boyd got the single, moved to second. Harper struck out, and now here is Tokar. Tying run on second. That scenario still remains the same. And the first pitch from Metcham. That one misses. 1-0. Delivers a fastball. There's a strike. (10-9) Salem in the top half of the 6th inning. 4 outs to go until this first game is complete. Swing and a miss. Big pitch there, and it's 1-2. One more chance for Salem in the top half of this frame. They'll look to get some insurance runs in the bottom half of the 6th. Popped foul. Back to the adjacent field. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tying run on second for Northampton. There's a ground ball. Goes right back to Morgan. And the throw to first is in time. Side retired. Northampton gets a run home, but that's all the damage. They'll have 3 more outs in the top half. But for now, you have to avoid Salem from getting any further insurance. One more inning to play, going to the bottom of the 6th. 10-9 Salem. Bottom of the 6th, we've got one more frame to play. One for Salem, one for Northampton here in game 1. It's been a good one. Salem's going to try to get some extra runs on the board for a little bit of a fatter cushion in the top half of the 7th. Northampton's 7th inning lineup will consist of Devers, the 9-hole hitter, and then Kark and Gugliololo. But first, it'll be Casey Garcia, the left fielder for Salem. She's reached base all 3 times on 2 singles and a strikeout wild pitch. So technically, 2 for 3. Strike 1. Remember, game 2 of today's doubleheader will be on a separate YouTube link. It'll be labeled game 1 and game 2. So make sure you transfer over to that second broadcast when we finish this one up. outfielder just said, "My dad's watching on YouTube."
Aw.
I hope they're talking about us. That one misses up and in.
I was running errands the other day and not really anything I wanted to hear on the radio, so I put Dan Wilkins Broadcasting on and listened to the Audubon scrimmage.
Well, there you go. There's a ground ball in the right field. Base hit Garcia. Picked up and right by Harper. By the way, new pitcher came in for Northampton, Cameron Tokar, who was the first baseman. It moves Boyd to first and Harper to right field. Well, we go back to the top of the order for Karen Trice. So both teams are going to start out with their 9-hole hitter, but don't write off the 9-hole guys. You know, for both teams, 3 hits for Garcia and a 1 for 3 mark for Devers, but still an RBI to her name. But after the base hit by Garcia, that's going to add a lot more offense to the game. Hit number 18 for Salem in 6 innings. There's a ground ball back, and that's going to be an infield single. Now moving to third, but she will be out by a mile. A big, big out for Northampton to stop the insurance. And that will be an infield single for Trice. Garcia was out advancing. And here is Faith Penn. That's hit number 19 for Salem. I mean, Trice just burned through the infield. Scorched her way to first base. And a little bit of a lollipop pitch. 1-0. Look at this dugout. Trying to get in the head of the pitcher a little bit. This time it's a strike. Throw down to second base. It's going to hit off of the shortstop. Trice still second. But with Faith Penn at the dish, got her first hit of the game in the 5th. She was 0 for 3 up to that point. There's a ground ball. Might be 0 for 4 here. Trice holds at second. And the throw over to first is clean. That'll be a 6-3 ground out for out number 2. Wonder if Al Muskowitz is here of Riverview Sports News. He covers games down in Salem County over here. He moved from East Alabama. And that's a base hit in the left field. Trice is going to round third. She will score. Talk about insurance. They got it. It's 11-9. RBI single for Ella Hayes. Her 5th hit of the game. Breaking ball to Hoggard, misses outside. Foul. For those watching at home, I mean, this has been an excellent game. Glad you guys have been able to be with us today. This beautiful Sunday afternoon. Actually, it's warmed up a decent bit here in Salem County. Just a bit above 50 degrees, but no wind and no clouds either. Popped straight up in the infield, going back for it and making the catch at third base as the Spartans, and the inning is over. Salem got an insurance run, but only one. With how good the offenses for both sides tonight have been, we will see if it's enough. It is 11-9 going to the 7th. Northampton down to their last 3 outs in game 1. As Salem has put up 20 hits in 6 innings. An unbelievable feat. But Morgan Meacham now faces the 9-1-2 slots for the Spartans. That being Devers, Kark, and Gugliano. That one is foul down the first base line. It has been a back and forth game with 3 home runs hit by Northampton in the top half of the third and nothing since. A lot of close fly balls at the wall. And now a line drive in the right center. There's a base hit by Devers, her second of the game. And that gets the offense started for the Northampton Spartans. If there's going to be a time to start a late rally, it's going to be now. They need to get on their horse and get going. And they're going to have a pinch runner running for Devers. As now here is Hannah Kark. Devers is still running at first. I think she just had to remove some equipment. It is high. Devers thought about running, but she did not. She held up. Kark 1 for 4. Her lone hit and her lone appearance on base has been that leadoff home run in the third that started a 6-run rally for Northampton in the top half of the third. That one's a strike. It'll be Kark and then Gugliano for the Spartans in the top half of the 7th. As we go back to the top of the order, as Salem up by 2, nothing guaranteed at this point in this first game of the doubleheader. That one is foul. With how powerful the Northampton lineup has been, you cannot guarantee anything. Here's the pitch. Got jammed, popped up in the infield. It's caught. They're going to try to get the double play. Did not get it. Very close, but almost got the double play. Instead, they settle for one. One away. That would have been a monumental shift with one down instead of two. But that still leaves the door open for the Spartans. Nothing is guaranteed at this point. We'll now turn it over to Gugliandolo as there's a foul ball. Hit down the right field line just behind the light tower. It's foul. 2-strike count. Metcham is set. Kicks and delivers. That one is high. They're going to throw behind the runner. She is safe. Just missed. There's a dog in center field who disagreed with the call too, but not sure if his barking is picked up on our mics. Man, beautiful day, a beautiful game. Tying run at the plate for Northampton in an 11-9 game for the Mighty Oaks. There's a fly ball at the shallow center field. It's going to drop for a base hit in front of Trice. Runners hold at first and second, respectively. And the top of the order is looking to string something together as Angel Rodriguez is going to be on his toes after a base hit by Gugliandolo. Now here is Shiloh. Shiloh at the plate. And we are going to have a switch, not for Salem, but for Northampton. Looks like the same two runners are on base, unless I'm not seeing something here. Infielders are meeting for Salem, and we are going to indeed have a pinch runner. So number 8, Taylor Newman, is the pinch runner at first for Northampton and would be the tying run at first base after the single by Devers and Gugliandolo. Here is Shiloh facing Morgan Metcham of Blackfoot, Idaho. The first pitch, ground ball. This one's going to skip off of her glove. She's going to bobble it, and the bases are loaded. Infield single for Shiloh. And the bases are loaded. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. No room at the inn. And with one away in the top of the 7th, the bases are loaded for Zoe Holbert. The cleanup gal for this Northampton team. Inside, it's 1-0. 1-0, swing and a miss, 1-1. Big spot here for the Mighty Oaks. The biggest spot yet tonight in a 2-run game. Goes inside, 2-1. There's a strike, 2-2. With Melkowitz on deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and the bases are loaded. We'll see if Salem can hang on to this one. A double play could end it. Ground ball. This could be a double play, but no, it's going to trap off of the pitcher. Throw. No throw. Double digits for both sides. It's 11-10. And we stay alive. Bases are loaded. Scoring is Devers.
Got 1 out.
Newman to third and 1 away. After the base hit by Holbert, the 4th single this inning. With Morgan Metcham now with her back against the wall, there's a first pitch strike to Melkowitz.
Somebody's missing their kid.
Here comes a throw to the plate. They wanted to call a dead ball. Salem wanted a dead ball. But the game is tied. This might be contested. They're going to talk this one over. Could have hit her, I'm not sure, but or it could have hit the bat. Yeah, bases are still no. It will be
First and second.
hold on.
Wait till he cleared up.
Yeah. They're calling everybody back, so it will still be 11-10.
Okay.
They reversed it. So now it's 0-1. Bases are still loaded. But now Melkowitz gets some new life at the middle of the order with a chance to turn this game right on its head. Swing and a miss. 2 down. The biggest strikeout you've seen yet. All 9 gals on this diamond and all the rest of them in the dugout, including Angel Rodriguez, are on the edge of their seat. A lot of folks standing here in Salem. This place might go nuts if they hang on to it. Bases loaded, 2 outs for Boyd. Boyd pops it up on the first pitch. It's foul, 0-1. Morgan Boyd, the DH, now moved to first base. She has 3 hits, 4 at-bats, all singles. Looking for the most important single of all that would tie or give Northampton the lead here in the 7th. Popped up back behind the plate, but it is foul, and it's 0-2. Just like they drew it up in Hollywood. A 1-run game in the top of the 7th. 2 outs, bases loaded, and an 0-2 count. Metcham looking to be the hero in the first half of this doubleheader. Remember, we still got 7 more innings to play. Here's the pitch. Fly ball popped up. This should do it. Hayes going over. She can find it, and she makes the catch. Ella Hayes makes the play. And an unbelievable ending to game 1 of the doubleheader. gives it an 11-10 win for the Mighty Oaks over the Northampton Community College Spartans. An unbelievable game with offense on both sides, double-digit runs on both sides, and 20 hits in 6 innings for the Salem Mighty Oaks. That'll be all for us in Game 1. Make sure you follow the link on YouTube for Game 2. That'll be marked separately. We'll be starting the game about 30 minutes from now. So from everybody here at DWB, we'll see you in about a half hour. If you choose to stay with us, we'll see you guys in a little bit.